Sara, my bro.
What's good, brother?
You're looking smart,
White,
man.
guys.
Looking smart, my bro.
Yeah, I was just coming
You
from
don't leave me hanging again. Don't leave me hanging again.
yeah.
That happened last time. I know, and I like shaking hands like 2 or 3 times. That's my problem, man. Are you going to be speaking to the Arab slave trade apologist?
Who's that? Rajab?
Yeah, Mr. Black Cat guy. He's here over there. I think he's run off when you came.
Nah, don't say that.
That guy. Let me say something to the camera. This guy is an apologist. He is somebody that apologizes for anything to do with Islam. He will apologize. Whether it's the Arab slave trade, anything that's negative, he will defend that. I don't mind.
Well, I watched it last week, Kevin. He was defending it, so...
Well, he said on camera, he said, I'm not Muslim yet.
No, he said he was Muslim on another stream.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said it on another stream.
Well, he said
Well, he nodded. They asked him.
Well, in my conversations, he said he's not, and so he's coming from. I mean, let me say something.
He sounded.
There are certain things here, like paedophilia, rape, that there's no excuse. You don't go, well, this one's slightly better than that one. Slavery is slavery. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the circumstances. All of it is pretty much wrong. We know some are worse than others to a certain degree, but I don't believe that you should be going around speaker's corner saying, "Oh, the Arab slave trade was treating black people or slaves better than."
The bottom line is, no one here wants their freedom taken away from them.
Yeah.
So you can't say, "Oh, one's better than the other," because the bottom line is, if I take your freedom away, no matter how I do it, you don't want that taken away from you. So you can't say, "Oh, I treated you better than he did." The bottom line is, you never had your freedom.
But do you think that's because of in Islam, obviously I'm going to bash Islam a bit, I'm Islamophobe obviously, in Islam you have the concept of slavery still within the faith, and so they have to justify the unjustifiable.
I would say so. I would say so. I don't think it's...
I like this guy.
I don't think it's...
This is a good example. It's a good example. You can say very offensive things in front of him, and he still smiles, and I love that about certain.
Well, you say that, but do you remember a YouTuber called Gamer Man?
Huh?
Do you remember a YouTuber called Gamer Man? You called me a pussycat because I called you a black supremacist.
Oh, you said
that.
Is that
you?
Yeah.
Oh. I think he's called a lot of people that.
Is that what you think? You think I'm a black supremacist?
Well, I did see a video where you said that because you were the first one here, you're our dad.
Well, that's
genetically.
But who came?
But
before,
that's not superiority.
Well, who came before you? The apes. So are the apes your fathers?
No, but listen to what the argument you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying I'm a supremacist.
Yeah.
I never said apes are supreme.
Yeah.
I never said any human being supreme.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you're saying that I'm saying I'm a supremacist. I've never claimed superiority over it.
He didn't say your daddy's better. He just said
exactly.
your daddy.
I've never claimed superiority. If I say that the first human being,
which has been proven,
would be your father and would be your mother.
Remember, they believe in Adam and Eve, so they don't believe in the
Didn't you? Gary said that because you have more melanin in your skin.
Am I Gary?
Hold on.
Yeah, but I'm just asking you, am I Gary?
But you do.
No, but one of you said it. I'm not sure which one.
Right. So who said it?
Not all black people are the same.
Yeah, who said it?
You're racist.
I think it might be you actually.
You think it might be me? Well, what I should do is find that video.
Yeah.
And then you let me know when I said it.
But
I will tell you I never said
it. Can I say?
You let me know when I said it.
On Twitter, you did post a link to a Wikipedia page where you talk about more melanin in the skin means you're healthier and you're less.
I did that.
Yeah.
And I say to you again, you find that thing that I posted on Twitter.
All right, can I interject here? Do you know that there are benefits to having more melanin?
Do you know how much propaganda and lies surround me?
Yeah.
The stuff that I say, the stuff that I supposedly never said, all that kind of stuff. Most of the stuff that people are saying I said, I never said it. You can't even find me saying it. But because of what happens, people say something. Sara said this, and everyone believes it, and everyone just starts saying the same thing, and everyone's like, yeah, Sara's this, and I'm like, just show me where I said it.
You did say some of the stuff though.
What stuff? I would like to know.
It was to do with melanin. I know it's to do with melanin.
But you do know that if you look at...
Bro, I've never said anything about melanin. You're talking about someone else.
You did post the link. I remember.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Let me give you a positive about melanin. Let me say I'm a portrait artist. Hold on.
No, I'm not mad. I just think it's funny that people say all this propaganda.
Sorry, I'm a portrait artist.
Yeah.
Black people's skin does not age the same as other races' skin. Is that?
Don't crack.
It doesn't. I've seen people that are 70-year-olds whose skin are just as good as that. So is that a benefit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have less cancer rates as well. So is that a benefit?
Yeah.
So he's not.
But I've never said. But I've never even said it.
Even if Gary said that melanin is a beneficial.
Right. So me and Gary,
let's separate it. But
myself and Gary are two different people.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
You always come out like Siamese twins though. you're always together.
Listen, Gary's my brother, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you that everything that Gary says I agree with.
Yeah.
And likewise. But I still my brother though. Yeah. But don't say because Gary said something I said it, I never said it. Right. I don't know who your best friend is. But if your best friend says, oh, fuck that bitch, whoever she is, and I'll be like, oh, he said fuck that bitch, you're going to be like, I never said that, my friend said it.
Yeah. Can you understand why saying you're the daddy can be seen as antagonistic?
No, only to people who don't understand science.
Like if you're having a debate with like a Muslim, and then you say,
why does it have to be a Muslim?
No, because you're...
No, because I
why
always...
does it have to be a Muslim?
Because I always see...
Because I've said it to white people, I've said it to Asian people.
Yeah, what he said it's universal. He didn't say Muslims, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
You just said, I'm your daddy.
Exactly.
Now the reason you have a problem with it is because he believes in Adam and Eve.
Now scientifically, is that correct? Is the African... The
See, this is why you got a problem with it.
Scientifically.
Hold on.
Scientifically, it hasn't been proven, actually.
But can I say something? Hold on.
Black people are
The reason you're offended...
Just go and look at the Human Genome Project, don't be silly.
Hold on.
Just go and look at the Human Genome Project.
Let me break down why you're offended.
Spencer Wells, Human Genome Project, you'll find it.
And
you'll find it.
And because you say Adam isn't an African name, so the first woman couldn't have had Adam as their...
Correct.
But you don't know that for a fact?
No, I do know that for a fact. Because the name Adam is from the Euro-Semitic language base. The Euro-Semitic language base is not as old as the oldest people. So how can the oldest people have a name from a language base that is what, 100,000 years later? That doesn't make sense. You might as well just call him Dave. The first man was called Dave. Yeah. How can the first man be called Dave?
Sure what's that guy's in Russia or something that you had to debate with on Titan TV? I'm pretty sure he's already answered this question.
It doesn't make sense. You can answer something, but it can still not make sense though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can answer something, but it doesn't mean it makes sense.
You're more upset, not because of what he said was offensive, but because you believe in a theology or an ideology that believes in Adam and Eve. So for me, when I heard it and he said, I'm your daddy, I was like, all right, I believe in evolution.
Plus my sense of humour is like that, and I will antagonize you because I've got that kind of sense of
my
humour.
Ideology, I believe that humans did come from Africa. So for me, he's saying, I'm your daddy, he's not a big deal.
What about India, Raj?
No, but humans, the first oldest humans remains are from Africa.
I'm just saying, when you say...
Right, so they're the fathers and mothers of humanity, right?
I'm just saying, when you're having a heated debate with a Muslim, and then you're like, I'm your father.
No, I tell you what the problem is.
Raj, but I thought humans came from India.
Don't know how to curb their own emotions. I'm not in charge of your emotions. No, but I'm just not in charge of your emotions. Yeah. I'm in charge of mine. So if I speak to you and you take something to offense, that's not my... That's down to your...
It's your subjective...
No, you intend it to be a malicious insult at times.
Malicious insult?
Yeah,
no.
At times.
Hold on, everybody's watching the video.
Why would that be an insult? I don't understand.
Because you know Muslims don't believe that we evolved from apes.
Hold on, dude. Can I say something?
I'm not talking about beliefs. I'm talking about facts. I don't care about beliefs. It's either you can prove something or you can't, and I can prove that, and the whole world can prove that Africans were the first human beings. So I don't care about Adam or Eve or your beliefs. The Human Genome Project. We can do it. We can do a DNA test with you right now and find Africa in your genetics.
And they found skeletons.
We can find Africa in your genetic DNA.
Could that just be the Adam and Eve?
What's your DNA?
The Adam and Eve. Like I just said, if you want to call them Adam and Eve, you have to. What you're trying to do here is that you're trying to give your story validity. Your story doesn't have validity outside of your story. In science, they don't go by no Adam, no Eve, and all of that. That's just a story that comes from...
I don't want to be insulting Can you not believe? How can you have two individuals that suddenly pop up and then they start mating and then the whole human race comes from these two individuals? Is that possible in terms of genetics?
But you believe it's logical that every single living creature
is more logical.
Came from one thing.
It's more logical.
So me and you and rats have the same.
I'm saying it's more logical than you saying a man and woman just suddenly pop down and everybody comes from that particular individual from thousands of years or billions of years ago. For me, it's less of it's a less of the two evils here. Your one is completely ludicrous, and evolution has its flaws as well, but no way as much as the Adam and Eve story.
But Chinese have it as well.
It doesn't mean it's right because people have it.
But if it's common in
1.5 billion people used to follow communism at one point, and it's collapsing. So what do you want? It doesn't just because you got numbers and you got longevity. It doesn't mean that you're right. I could be right as one individual, and all of you lot are wrong.
I'm pretty certain you're wrong, Raj.
You definitely are wrong. I'm an Indian. I believe in evolution. I think
Because Darwin said it, which is
because
theory.
it's
Do you
and I
think
believe that
evolution
humans
is Darwin
come from
said it?
Africa. I think that's the most common sense kind of theory at the moment.
Right,
It
so
may-
where do you think human beings come from?
God created us.
One thing, God.
And we don't believe in God, we know God.
God,
We don't believe God. We know
This
God.
kid, this kid, I want to make him famous.
How do you
Right,
know
you don't
God?
think he comes from India?
How do we know God did it?
Yeah, how do you know God?
God.
Because messengers came down and told us.
Everything's about India.
And they
Everything.
proved
We can
that
talk
they were
about
messengers
we
of
can
God.
talk about NASA and space. India, India,
Right, how do
India.
you know that is what I'm saying.
Oh, so is that easy?
We're talking about evolution
Yeah,
now.
it's basically Sikh is a way of being. I
Evolution
think
of
it's more from
Sikhism.
Buddhism than anything.
So, where did so the information that God is from God, where did you get that
About
information?
living a good, pure life.
Look who's there, Modine, with his little stick. Let's show that stick. Look at that stick. I'm gonna have it. Pass it here. I'm gonna go around hitting everyone. To my Shia brothers. I don't know if he's Shia, but big up
And
the
that
Shias.
information was passed down through
Big up the
generations.
Shias.
So how do you in 2018 know that that is correct information? How do you know that?
Because he performed miracles that no one but a messenger of God could perform.
And no, I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying, how do you know that? You're telling me your stuff that
The
you,
Quran couldn't be from anyone but God.
the Quran. Why?
He's from
Because
Birmingham.
it just doesn't seem like it was written by
I can
anyone
tell.
but God.
That's your subjective
It
opinion.
doesn't seem. Remember you said it doesn't seem.
Brummy, yeah?
The things
Brummy
that
guy
are
were coming
in
out.
the Quran, no man could have known those.
Like what? Like what? Like what?
Pure conviction.
Embryology.
The sea water and salt water and not mixing the barrier between them.
That's basic information that people knew for
But
thousands
how
of
was
years.
the Prophet know that?
Okay, so that's a good question. How would the prophet know that? Is it more likely that your prophet was taught that, or are you telling me it's from God?
He couldn't have me taught that because at that time,
Focus,
the
Raj.
mainstream thesis was
God.
that, like, basically, like.
Where's that little bag you had on that? That Indian bag. Remember that carrier bag that you had?
The blue one. So
He had no technology. He thought his phone was going to blow up. So he had a big bag around it.
corrected the mistake on
It's on your
that
head,
time.
bro.
Something like you would do in the
You know that
70s.
there
You know
are
when you
very,
see these little Indian
there are
uncles with
discrepancies
like bags
in
on their
what
heads and stuff
your-
when it's
in what your
raining.
prophet
He
said
was
about
doing that in the
embryology.
21st century on a phone. It's
You know
waterproof.
that? Have you not
Indian
researched
technology, that's the problem.
the scientific, the
I am
scientific
Indian
as well.
I'm from the Indian
or the
subcontinent, but I'm
scientific papers of
Japanese.
how
Do you think
babies
you're
are
better than
formed.
Well, you're still the same people.
I believe that
Juxtaposed
the
and how your
people of the
prophet said it.
north,
I mean,
yeah,
there were scientists,
are more
experts
what I
in
call,
reality.
let's say, a martial race, more warrior style, more warrior, more militaristic. Yeah, because we only make up 1% of the population, but make up 50% of the army.
Why is he getting a press
Every single major victories and stuff involved the Sikhs. All of the most of the medals and the highest decorated regiments are Sikhs. Not these guys.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
So-
I'm saying you're still the same people.
No,
It's the
well,
same
it's like you
country.
saying that you're
But
Somali,
what I'm
don't
trying to
you?
say to you is,
Somali.
It's like you saying someone from
God,
Somalia is exactly the same as somebody from, say, Nigeria.
you would have to prove God
No,
though.
but the thing
We
is,
have such a massive distance between us. He lives all the way down the bottom here, and I'm right at the top. We have a different climate, a different
So
culture.
what is that then?
We don't
If you
think.
can't prove something, what is it called?
No, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
With
you
me,
can't
I
prove
respect
it. What's it called?
Of course,
Call it what?
It's also
Raj,
different.
have you got Asperger's syndrome?
As much as I try to prove my belief, you're never going to accept it.
Listen, the
Because
court.
you can't prove it.
The court he asked.
I'll accept something you can prove.
Out here.
And if I have, what's the big deal?
Break down the Asperger's syndrome.
What's the big deal?
But is that why you're acting like
Let me
this?
tell you something. There is positives as well to that condition.
Go on,
You
break
can be
down
very
the-
obsessive, and you're disconnected from the rest of the
Are you
world.
gonna be like,
I'm not a sheep like you.
I'm not gonna believe this deep.
No.
Or you can see the evidence around.
And you call it
claim
Asperger's. It's not ass.
With God.
No.
Asperger's.
The universe, planets, all
Asperger's.
gravity, rain coming down, fruit bearing from the trees. How can that be?
You guys are all from Hindustan. Come on.
Yeah, we're from there, so that was my ancestor at one point, but we evolved.
You have to respect him, and he has
I
to
don't have
respect
to
him.
respect this guy. You're
We
mad.
know of that.
Just because he's brown.
We don't know
Just
of
because
a
he's
God,
brown.
do we?
Well, you're brown as well.
The guy's a prick.
Okay, but we don't know of.
I want to hear this.
That's why must be the one that's
Don't do the divide thing.
We was never united.
Are you united? Is it?
Wasn't united, so how can you divide us?
That's what I'm saying, man.
The problem is,
I've seen some videos of
and I
I'm
say
not gonna lie
that
to you.
you, because you're from Somalia, you have a very different understanding of what. You don't understand. India was never united like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. And me, I don't have a lot of like knowledge in terms
So
of.
if I was to say to you that, what's another country that Somalian has a problem with?
The word knowing.
Oh, what's another country?
Yeah, like
that's
a country that's neighbouring. You might say Ethiopia or something.
Ethiopia.
It's
But
like
not
me
anymore.
saying-
They actually have
but
good
one thing,
relations now.
it's like me saying
They
to
actually
you,
have
no, but
good
it's like me
relations.
saying to you, you and the Ethiopians are all the same. You need to all get along.
No, but that's what I'm saying
But
to
what
you.
I'm
With
saying to
me,
you,
yeah, I don't have that
thousands of
kind
years-
of.
But once there's thousands of years of
Oh,
history.
you say Sara was a unicorn.
Can I say something, Faji? This Indian doesn't know what the Bhagavad Gita is, doesn't know what the Rig Vedas are,
Because if I
doesn't
say
know what
I rode on a
Sanskrit
unicorn
is,
yesterday,
doesn't know what the
that's my
Indus
claim.
Valley
You're gonna say
civilization
to me,
is,
hang on, Sara,
knows
prove to me
nothing
that you rode on
apart
a
from
unicorn
anything.
yesterday. And I say, hang
Yeah.
on,
He
you
only
can't
knows up to
disprove that I rode
200
on a
years
unicorn
ago.
yesterday, can you?
Prior to that, he knows
Can you
nothing.
disprove it?
And he's calling me a coconut.
Roger, what about modern day
No, can you
India?
disprove it?
If you are modern day Indians, they're doomed.
Right, but I didn't even bring evidence to
They're
you.
doomed.
We have nuclear weapons now.
So that if
Your
you make a
nuclear
claim-
weapons go beep, dude. It's like little fireworks. Nothing happens.
Violence again, there's no
Because you need
point.
to
We're going to
prove
kill
it.
him on each
You're
other.
not a nuclear. You're not a
Raji, do you know what he said earlier? He said
bombs and
the
stuff.
Sikhs are clowns. This is what this bunda said. I got it on camera.
And I can say, hang on,
Say it to him. Say it to him. No. You said Sikhs are clowns. That's why in Bollywood
Right, let
they're
me
shown as
explain.
clowns.
Right,
Listen, let me ask you a question, innit?
Oh, sorry. I need to get back in this conversation.
No,
We'll
the
talk-
Quran is
You didn't say that, dude. You said Sikhs are clowns. This is why I ripped into you. I was trying to be nice to you today.
You acting like a clown.
Wait till it gets to night time and you're in the dark, you little Indian. I'm gonna chase you like a little rat. What? Like I'm gonna chase you like a little rat everywhere. You're gonna run around like. He's a little chua. That's right.
Where'd you guys go earlier for lunch?
You don't know what.
No, I'm saying at night time he stays.
I would tell you this.
The other
They
person
were-
as well,
you
Manny.
go to the now-
Oh, he's gone home.
Oh,
They
you guys
were
went for
doing
lunch.
autopsies. They were drilling inside the brain.
Rush the
Doing all
Terminator.
kinds of stuff. They had already mapped out the star system. So we don't
Needed that
actually
rain
know
though, it's too hot.
Yeah, definitely.
what people are doing.
You know he's on YouTube.
We don't actually know. And what we do know is that the Library of Alexandria was burnt down with a wealth of knowledge in there. So we don't even know what was lost in the
I really ain't got an opinion because I hardly watch those videos. I come here like every now and then. I've seen one or two
No,
videos.
I'm just saying, to claim that you know something without having all the evidence and to ask somebody to disprove something, it's a bit silly.
Well, in the 21st century, for us, the Quran, but at the time of the Prophet Muhammad, it wasn't just the Quran, it was the other miracles before that.
Do you really believe that you split the moon in half?
And no one saw it apart
You
from
know
me.
what? This is going to sound crazy, but there's a video by NASA that said there's a large clear in the moon.
But no, before you go,
I'm asking you as a human being, do you think he split the moon in half? Do you think he flew off into heaven on a white horse? Fucking hell, bro.
But can I say something to you? Do you understand? Hold on. Do you understand it? Out of recorded history, there's been no account of the moon splitting. Secondly, if the moon did split, the Earth would have catastrophic here. Tidal waves and it all just got absolutely apeshit because of the gravity and stuff from the moon. Why was it no effect on the Earth when you cracked the moon in half?
No, but if I'm making the claim that is all powerful God, can I make the claim that a prophet...
But no one saw it.
No, but can I make the claim that the prophet could have seen the moon and none of that will happen because the God wouldn't allow it to happen? I am making...
But no one saw it.
Yeah, but your claims don't mean anything, though.
There's been recorded
Your
history.
claims don't mean anything.
That was the belief.
Exactly. So, okay. So if
Oh,
you
I'm
know
glad
it's a
you said
belief-
that. I'm glad you said that. We made a breakthrough. He's
There's a belief. There's a
You
belief.
said it's a
It's fine,
belief. Well done.
But
You're a rational guy.
You understand that you can't claim beliefs and stuff, though, right?
Yeah, we got So
But I still believe God exists.
I know that's good though. You said
We're gonna
believe.
call you unicorn, man.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, man. Well done. Did you see that? Did you see the difference? No, he said something very important. He said belief. A lot of Muslims say it's fact, and then you cannot argue with these people because they believe what they're saying is completely objective. So I do like that guy. I gave him a lot of stick earlier.
You
as
can
well.
see the smile in his face.
Yeah, I
He
gave him a
knows,
lot of
he
stick.
knows.
I gave him a lot
At
of
least he
stick.
knows it's a belief.
He
At least
knows.
he
He
knows.
knows.
You can't argue with him, man. I always call my religion a belief as well.
Yeah.
What about you Christians? Do you believe in Adam and Eve?
Right, let me go and see what's going on around.
Take some proving.
Huh?
Take some proving.
Hey.
You gotta go and blind